All right, good afternoon, everyone. It's about 2:10 on Friday, and as I feared the last time I was on here, I would be back, and here we are. So, just to give you the most up-to-date information at the moment, we have severe thunderstorm warnings, several, as a matter of fact, in effect for our area. So, we're going to go over those really fast, along with this radar presentation. So, to summarize the warnings, we have a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Denton, eastern Tarrant, southwestern Collin, and pretty much all of Dallas County until 3 p.m. So the main hazard with this particular storm, and storms really, are 60-mile-an-hour wind gust and quarter-size hail. Uh, Again, like I talked about before, I don't know that hail is the biggest issue. I think wind will be the biggest issue. But again, we got to watch this. So how did we get here? So if you watched me earlier, we had this line of storms that was non-severe, kind of linear, and moved on up into Dallas, or excuse me, Collin, Denton, Grayson County even had a tornado warning up in southern Oklahoma. So now these storms that were, if you watched the video before, the storms that were south of that, southwest of that, are kind of moving now through the heart of the Metroplex, i.e., on the Dallas-Tarrant County line. That's what you see on your screen, slightly left of center. So this particular storm, as you could tell, is not very linear anymore. It's more of a cluster type storm, if you will. So you can kind of see that storm right here. That's the main show. This storm right here is not severe, but in this environment, it definitely could become severe. So I think that's why the National Weather Service did go ahead and issue the warning for most of Dallas County, the southern part of Collin County. So unfortunately, this is coming through at a time that kids are starting to get out of school. It's about almost 2:15 now, 2:12, and so if you dismiss at 2:30, again, depending on where you're at, if you're underneath this particular storm, you probably won't be going anywhere. That is for sure, at least temporarily. So if you live in northeastern Dallas County, southeastern Collin County, south central Collin County, uh, yeah, you may have some delays in getting your kiddos from school or your kiddos driving home. Just trying to pull the chat up here. Uh, yeah, Leslie, not good. Sun is out in uptown Dallas. Yeah, and we've seen some breaks in the clouds, and that is not helping things. That is for sure. Okay, so let's put this in motion. And again, just like last time, most of it is moving southwest to northeast. So
Severe
this,
thunderstorm
hold on.
warning for northwestern Clay County in northern Texas, central Archer County in northern Texas, southeastern Wichita County in northern Texas.
Yeah, so you can see that, and I'm going to get to those storms in just a second. So those storms are in northwest Texas that are headed our way for round two, like I said before. All right, so let me expand this out here a little bit. And as I talked about last time, we do have a tornado watch is in effect until 8 p.m. for most of our area, basically Dallas Fort Worth east. And again, that's something that is very appropriate for the situation that we have. So like you see, the general motion is to the northeast with a gradual shifting of everything to the east over time, especially when we get into the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock time frame. I think that's where you'll see more of these storms just start to get going. See, so what I'm going to do here is going to stop this. And I'm always checking the comments here. Misty, uh, yeah, yes, I know I'll be hearing from you, Misty. Let's see. Thank you, Jessica. Appreciate you. Bridget, Bridget, what's it look like for Saxy? Super calm right now. Yeah, so that's where I'm at, of course. And it's not gonna be calm for long. Unfortunately, I think that particular severe storm uh, that's to the northwest and west of Saxy is probably not going to bother us. But this particular storm right here is not severe, but it is heading in this general direction. So I don't think Northeast Dallas County is going to be very super calm in the near future. But again, it's not severe. Not to say that it can't ramp up real quick, but it could. So just something we're going to have to watch. So let's do this. I want to, since tornadoes are the big thing this event, I'm going to go back to our terminal Doppler radar mode and get an idea of what these wind velocities are doing. And so the good news is, obviously, there's no tight rotation in any of these storms. But what I would point out is around Carrollton, not too bad. There's probably a 49, maybe there's a 50-mile-an-hour wind gust. Again, these are just off the surface, so it doesn't always translate to the ground. But you definitely got some gusty winds in that particular storm there. So, but when you look at it from a bigger picture, a lot of clutter, a lot of mess. But again, nothing that has any tight rotation, so that's very good. And we'll go back to the traditional radar here, reflectivity. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Let's see. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. And we'll turn that velocity off, put the reflectivity back on there. So again, nothing to be terribly alarmed about. Again, if you live pretty much north of I-20 in Dallas County, you are under severe thunderstorm warning. If you live in the south central part of Collin County, you're under severe thunderstorm warning. But I think right now the worst you'd probably see is obviously some very gusty winds, maybe some smaller type hail. But these storms, again, like I said this morning and this afternoon, this is something that we're definitely going to have to watch because any of these particular storms can ramp up. There's a lot of wind shear in the atmosphere, which will take and make these clouds spin and rotate in the upper levels of the atmosphere, which can translate down to the ground. That's how you get tornadoes. And so it's just checking my updates here. Okay, so they no updates to that particular warning. Well, the good news is, as far as we haven't in this particular severe thunderstorm, we have the warning for currently, the 60-mile-an-hour wind gust and the 1-inch hail, which again is quarter-size hail, is still radar indicated. Now that doesn't mean it won't change, but we haven't had a confirmed report of that yet. So that's something that's good news so far. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Okay, so I'm going to give you the bigger picture here real quick. And while I do that, I always want to check the comments here. Amy headed Aggie World. Yes, that's a good place to go. I like Aggie World. Yes, keep Saxy safe. I definitely will. Just like you, I have a lot writing on that. So Amy's my good neighbor. So yeah, well, I'm gonna do my best to keep us safe because that's and part of the way you keep safe is you keep informed. That's for sure. Okay, so we're gonna expand this out just a little bit, and as I said before, we got these round of storms in the area to worry about currently, but these are the next round to worry about. And again, when I was on before, still thinking this is going to be 4 or 5 o'clock, somewhere around there, and this is with the actual front. So it depends on what these particular storms do with the atmosphere, because they are, robbing the atmosphere of some instability. And hopefully that means by the time these storms get here, they won't have quite as much fuel to work with. That is certainly not a guarantee, but it could be. So that's something I guess we can watch. All right, so I wanted to update any of our sexy band parents that are watching, because we know our kiddos are not here. They're headed to San Antonio, which, Lord willing, I'll be doing that when when this episode is over. So let's go down south real quick for those guys, give them a quick update. I believe they are in Temple at the moment. I have not checked the latest update, so if that's not correct, I'm sure someone will tell me. So luckily, nothing too bad down there. This stuff right here is north of them, so they don't have to worry about that. My understanding is they are right here. Now, when they start heading south again, these storms will have to watch for them. But nothing to be concerned about at this point, and hopefully that will be the case, and they will have safe travels. All right, so let's go back here. Hey, Andrew, how are you, sir? All right, so a couple things to watch for as we go along here. And as I mentioned, these individual storms are what we got to watch out for. So, you know, this is southwest of Hillsboro. This is more of a cluster, but of storms. But you know, uh, this one, especially on the left, definitely want to watch that one because that could be that could get supercell have supercell characteristics, if you will, later on. And let's see. These storms are again more linear, but individual cells right there. So these are cells we'll have to watch. That's for sure. All right, so let's go back up to Dallas Fort Worth real quick, and you know, again, nothing terribly alarming in the radar signature. Although, as you can probably tell, the storms in the eastern part of Dallas County have started to ramp up a little bit, so we will definitely have to watch that. Let's go back and check the velocity real quick here. Make sure we don't got anything that wants to sneak up on us. No, nothing, nothing too alarming. So that is definitely good. So we will go back to the regular radar site here. Oh, well, there we go. All right. And so again, for those of y'all who maybe didn't catch the tornado watch earlier, this is the outline of the tornado watch. Again, this is a tornado watch until 8 p.m. The threats, of course, as you can imagine, tornadoes, scattered hail up to 2 inches in size. Haven't seen anything like that so far. And I don't know if we've even, I think we had one confirmed report of quarter-size hail earlier, and that didn't last very long, so hopefully it'll stay that way. And then wind gust up to 80 miles an hour. That's something that we definitely want to watch. And those are straight line winds, not tornadic winds. But again, if you have 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts that come through your neighborhood, then that's you're definitely gonna notice that. So we don't want that either. All right, so let's put this in motion real quick, and we will see what the latest is. And while I'm doing that, I'll check the chat here. Um, Andrew's wanting to know how it's looking for Grayson County. Well, right now it's not looking too bad, Andrew. Let's scoot on up here. But you know, these storms that are currently in Dallas Fort Worth area, they will be headed your way. So just be on the lookout. And again, as time goes on, these storms will get even more organized. So that's something that we're definitely going to have to watch. So it is about 2:23 on my clock here. And so to wrap up this particular live spot, again, severe thunderstorm warning for still for southeastern. That's the old one. So I don't want that one. Let me check over here real quick. I think we got hopefully an updated. There we go. Nope, no updates on that warning. Okay, so we do have. All right, so we are starting. Let's actually look at the. Let's look at the hail markers here and see if we're seeing anything. Nothing too bad. Let's see. Yeah, the red's really heavy rain, maybe some hail mixed in there, but nothing terrible. Okay, so I don't see anything alarming. So, whoops. So, like I said, golly, boy, this is really sensitive. Let's go here. Let's get this back to reflectivity. Okay, so again, just something that will nothing to be overly alarmed about, but it you know, and I guess the other thing I would say too is that I know a lot of I know some of you and my very very good friend Misty. I think she would not mind me saying this. She definitely has some storm anxiety, and I know a lot of you do too. And so here's the thing. So I know that that's something that you can't turn off and on, and you know, so that's okay. Don't worry about that. But the best thing you could do is just be aware of what's going on. I'm definitely going to try to help you do that. Uh, Power permitting, of course. Um, but it's okay. So information is good, and if the weather does get really bad where you are particularly, then you just have a plan in place. Have a plan in place. To go to a shelter if you need to. The same thing goes for me. If something's coming toward my house, I promise you I'm not going to be live streaming. I'm going to be taking shelter. So I will do I will do what I can to update you other ways, but I definitely wouldn't do that if I didn't feel it was safe. So it's something that nothing to be panicked about or anything, but just stay aware. There are a lot of resources out there with the internet, myself included. There's other guys and gals out there that are doing the same thing. Um, you gotta be careful. You can't trust everybody, but the good chunk of people out there are doing the right thing, doing the best thing. Um, so let me check the satellite picture here real quick. All right. So I would say you can see these storms in these clouds blowing up a little bit, and the other bad thing, quote unquote, is that you're seeing a lot of breaks in the clouds, especially out west of us. Matter of fact, I think I can get my drawing tool to work. No, that's not what I want. Let's see. Let's go here. Yeah, you can see some breaks out here. You can see our particular storms kind of blowing up right here. So breaks in the clouds in this particular instance is not our friend, I promise, because again, that would just add instability to the atmosphere, and we definitely don't want that. Let's go to the Storm Protection Center real quick. I don't think anything much has changed from last time we talked, but I did just want to show you real quick. We have a moderate risk of severe thunderstorms just to the northeast of us. If I put the counties on here, you can kind of get a better idea of just east of Dallas County. Enhanced or Dallas Fort Worth, the orange. And I put this on here because this is really more of a statistical model, and which is very good to have because it gives you an idea of what the weather might be. But don't get too caught up in where the lines are drawn because Mother Nature is not going to have some arbitrary line say, oh, well, I'm on this side of the line, so I can't do anything. So don't take it too literally, but again, just something to be aware of. Let's see what's doing at my house real quick while I'm thinking about it. So obviously it's raining, thunderstorm, gotten about 2,700 of it in so far. I think that would be more. And a nice humid 73 degrees. So, which actually is not bad because I'm glad it's 73 instead of 83 because we'd be in much more world of hurt if that were the case. I can tell you that. All right, so Misty, yes, let me give you a timeline for your area just a second. Let me get back over here to the radar. Okay, so Misty lives southeast of us, and so let's expand out there, Misty, and I'll kind of give you an idea of what to expect down your way. And if you have any relatives down this way, this would definitely apply to you. So we put this in motion, and it'll help me explain what you can expect down your way, Misty. Once this actually wants to load up, I can, there you go. Okay, so as you can tell, the motion is mostly northeast, but gradually over time it's going to move to the east, especially when you see that line out to the west of us. So I think, Misty, what you can expect to see is, in a general sense, get my line to work. In a general sense, you're going to see storms become more numerous and feel this way. But you're probably talking 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Unfortunately for you, after dark, and that's something that's much harder to see than than it is during the daytime. So that's something you want to watch out for. Hold on. Okay, so they just issued another severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Denton and the rest of Collin County, which makes perfect sense. Let's see what they say about this. Uh, yeah, so that severe thunderstorm warning is for eastern Denton, Collin County, western Collin County. It's really the extension of the storm that's headed their way. And again, same thing, 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-size hail. So nothing that's too terrible. Hopefully it will stay that way. Like I said, so far in a relative sense, this storm is behaving, so we want to make sure it stays that way. That is for sure. Okay, so with that, if you have any, I'm going to probably sign off and wait to see if we need to come back on later, which probably will. But the bottom line is this: we have some severe thunderstorm warnings till about 3 o'clock. Quarter size hail in probably the isolated spots, and then winds maybe up to 60 miles an hour. For some people, I think that's going to be isolated, at least for these particular storms. But mainly just a lot of stormy weather, the generic stormy weather, which I think we all can take. So that is definitely good news so far. Doris, have family headed to Pittsburgh, Kansas. What's it going to do? Yeah, Chateau, Kansas. They're going to have some storms later on. It won't quite be this type of tornadic weather, Doris, but it'll be more hail for them up there. So they definitely want to watch it up that way as well. But again, after this evening, they'll be in the clear as well. So that is something that they will be okay. You're welcome, Kevin. Appreciate it. We all want to be nice weather, but when the stormy weather, I want to pop on and let everybody know what's going on. Okay, so with that, I'm going to sign off. However, most likely I will be back later with what's going on. And as always, I'm watching the weather, so you don't have to. Hope everyone has a safe Friday afternoon, especially if you're commuting later. And sadly, in a way, I'll probably be talking to you again. Take care, everyone, and we will talk to you soon.